Fun Ego Podcast.
Hello everyone, and welcome to the second podcast session of Fun Ego. We'll be introducing to you the best of our article from Fun Ego application. For our second article, we'll continue on with that world-famous animator Walt Disney. People all over the world knows Mickey Mouse, but how did it become so popular? Let's start listening to the article. Ready or not, here we go.
Walt Disney. The cartoons were a huge success, and briefly Walt and his partner acquired their own studio. However, the studio proved to be too expensive to operate in Kansas City, so they made the move to Hollywood. It was more affordable to run a studio with more skilled professionals. Walt drew a series of cartoons called the Alice Comedies. The work eventually became his first commercial success. He then developed a series around a new character, Oswald the Rabbit. Unfortunately, through some copyright issues, Walt did not own Oswald as a character. In his frustration, he decided to start again with a new concept. What he came up with was a funny little mouse, and he named him Mickey. He even provided the voice for Mickey in the early stages. Mickey was first featured in an animated short film called Plain Crazy. The work in a silent film, like all Walt's other creations at this point. Finding distribution was still a challenge. But when Walt developed Steamboat Willie with sound, things started turning around for the young company. The talking cartoons were a huge hit, and by the 1930s, Mickey gained steady popularity. The company continued to develop more cartoons and added Technicolor to the process to compete with other cartoons that were emerging at the time. The best known of these was The Three Little Pigs, the most successful short cartoon of all time. Walt received his first Academy Award for his Mickey Mouse series. He had launched spin-off characters like Donald Duck, Goofy, and Pluto. As we already may know, they eventually had their own successes. By 1934, Walt put his creative energy into developing a feature-length animated film, the first of its kind. Hollywood producers thought this was a bad idea and nicknamed Walt Project Walt's Folly, but we know it better as Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Walt worked at many new animation and filming techniques to develop something new and innovative. It received standing ovation at its premiere. The years before World War II were considered the golden age of animation. The success led Walt to be able to build a new campus for the studios. It was there that huge hits such as Pinocchio, Fantasia, Bambi, Peter Pan, Dumbo, and Alice in Wonderland were born. To help the war effort, the studios produced training and instructional films for the military and morale-boosting short cartoons for the public.
Now, let's see how much you can recall the details. There will be 3 questions. Question number 1. Which of the following is true about the article? A. Both Mickey Mouse and Oswald the Rabbit gained no attention at all. B. After going to Hollywood, Walt Disney lost all interest in making cartoons. C. Walt Disney's Mickey Mouse series gave him his first Academy Award. D. Goofy was originally Minnie Mouse's dog. Need a hint? We'll review each choice, so try to figure out which is true or correct. Choice A says that Walt Disney didn't become famous with Mickey Mouse. Choice B says Walt did not make cartoons after moving to Hollywood. Choice C says that Walt won his first Academy Award with Mickey Mouse series. Lastly, choice D says that Goofy was created as Minnie's dog. Ready for the answer? The answer is C. Walt received his first Academy Award with Mickey Mouse. Here's the next question. This is a true or false question. Question number 2. Mickey Mouse was the first character that Walt Disney created. Is this true or false? Here's a hint. Walt Disney created Mickey Mouse because he felt frustrated about losing the ownership of Oswald the Rabbit. Are you ready for the answer? The answer is false. Mickey Mouse was created after Oswald the Rabbit. This is the last question. Give it a try. Question number 3. Which of the following is true about the article? A. Walt Disney created Oswald the Rabbit and also Snow White. B. Walt Disney's cartoons were all in color from the beginning. C. It was not Walt Disney's idea to make Disney World Resort. D. The Disney World Resort has gone through many close downs ever since its start. Let me give you a few big hints. First of all, remember that the question asks for a choice that is true, in other words, correct about the article. A says that Oswald the Rabbit and Snow White was created by Walt. B says that Oswald the Rabbit was in color, but wasn't it in black and white? C says that Walt did not create Disney World Resort. D says that the Disney Resort was closed many times. Did it say that in the article? Ready for the answer? The answer is A. Choices B, C, and D are all wrong. Here are 3 very useful and often used vocabularies and expressions. The first word is brief. Brief means in short time or being clear. Brief explanation is a short and clear, concise explanation. Here is a sample usage. There was a brief pause before answering. Second word is emerge. It means to come out of something or show itself from hiding, appear. Here is a sample usage. She saw a black shadow emerge from the bush. Third runner-up is the expression come up with. The phrase come up with means to think of an idea or plan. It also means to make or give something that is needed. So the sentence, what he came up with was a funny little mouse means he got the idea of a funny little character mouse. How was it? This article was about Walt Disney, and it was mainly about the time he created Mickey Mouse. We learned that after Walt moved to Hollywood, he created characters such as Oswald the Rabbit and Mickey Mouse. Also, Mickey Mouse became popular with the movies with sound and color, so it took a bit of time before becoming a hit. After the creation of the famous Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, the Walt Disney Company gave birth to works such as Pinocchio, Fantasia, Bambi, Peter Pan, Dumbo, and Alice in Wonderland. These works are now loved by people of all ages around the world. This is the end of Session 2 on Walt Disney. How was it? I hope you learned some interesting new facts. We'll be continuing on with this article on Walt Disney for just another session, so be sure to check out our next video. In our next session, Walt Disney Part 3, you will find out how Walt's dream place, Disney World Resort, came true. Looking forward to seeing you again at Fun英語. Fun英語 is an English learning application that you want to use every day. We'll be waiting for you with daily updated news and articles picked up from all over the world. All the articles are read out by native speakers. Great way to study for TOEIC listening and reading section. Download it for free from App Store and Google Play.